And to
All
our
right.
very first contestant.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you pronounce his name?
It's DREION. I actually learned that on his Instagram page.
Okay.
DREION, 27
Dreon.
years old, from Omaha, Nebraska, and he sang "You're a Shining Star" by
By
Earth,
the
Wind, and Fire.
elements.
Yes, the
By
elements.
the
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
elements.
Yes.
Otherwise known as Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's a great story. Um,
Yes.
it's amazing when you hear someone's comeuppance, like where they come from and their
Yes.
story,
Yeah.
and their story goes, is attributed to so much of who they are,
Mm-hmm.
and to hear how much of a success Mr. Drian has become,
Mm-hmm.
and not just as an artist, but as a husband, as a father,
Yes.
and reconnecting with his mother. It was just a beautiful, beautiful story of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
I said, first of all, before Dreon even opened up his mouth, I could tell that this young man was he was just a fireball of
Oh yeah.
energy.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and then he started singing. I said, "Oh," I said, because I was a little worried, because he was like, "Okay, I opened for Earth, Wind, and Fire," and then he
Mm-hmm.
was singing an Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, he came right in, and it was like, dun, dun, dun. And like, this is it's a very popular Earth, Wind, and Fire song, one of their most popular songs. And I was like, I loved it. I loved his upper extension. And most importantly, I loved that he made slight changes, ever so
Yeah.
slight changes to the melody, but
Mm-hmm.
still stayed true, because
Mm-hmm.
it is a very well known song, very well
Mm-hmm.
known melody. I thought he was very respectful of the original, but managed to put his own twist on it while still being respectful, which is very hard to
Absolutely.
do with a classic. I
Right.
said, you know what? I can already tell that he is going to have a ball with Paul and the band,
Oh
because he
yeah.
is a musician. And
Mm-hmm.
when a musician who is a singer, because yes, singers, we are musicians. Okay,
Come on.
remember that.
Come
Musicians
on.
are not just instrumentalists. Singers are musicians too. I
Mm-hmm.
said you can hear just the pure musicality coming from his voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so I could tell he is an instrumentalist
Mm-hmm.
because of how musical his vocal sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love that. Like, he did this stretch thing into his falsetto. He just didn't hop into his falsetto, kind of like another singer did that we'll talk about a little
Right.
bit later. I felt like it was like, I can't do
Yeah.
it because it's very late, but it was really cool how he did it.
Like an
Um,
instrument.
I said, incredible energy and star power. I said, I really like him and his voice. And I said, he could win it just
Mm-hmm.
because of the energy and star power alone. And he's got a killer voice, killer voice. Great, strong start to the episode. Stephanie?
Absolutely. What was cool about Dreon's audition was that we actually got a little mini peek of it today on
Oh, I never
NBC's
did
The
that.
Voice Instagram, on one of their Instagram clips that they put out later on this afternoon, which is interesting because they don't usually leak
No.
anything, any performances, and it was just like 10 seconds worth of his audition. So I got a little bit of a sneak peek, and they played the very beginning of it where he's like, "Hit me," and I was like, "Oh, energy!" Like, you always talk about, James, how we want somebody to grab us in the very first couple seconds of an audition, and he definitely grabbed me, and I wanted to hear more. Wow. It is really tough, and there's only really been one artist to do it that gives us all the tricks.
Yeah.
All the tricks, all of his vocal tricks that he has, and can do it in a way where it's not like, wait, 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 too much,
Right.
too much, too much. Um, Our friend Devix from a
Devin,
previous season was
absolutely.
a master of that. And I felt like DREION did that in this performance. And it didn't sound messy. It didn't sound like it was too much. It just literally sounded like he was going to give us as many aspects of his voice and the things that he could do with his voice in this one audition song. And
Hmm.
for him to do that in such a popular song like this was really, really brilliant. And it was a wonderful, it was just wonderful execution. Um, it's rare that I see an artist be able to do a kind of sound like
Yeah,
that, like sound,
yeah,
but do it well.
yeah,
Like, and not just have it sound like some throwaway thing that an artist is just doing to make impact during a performance. I felt like everything that he did was really thoughtfully done, but in the most energetic and fun way. And it was a really
yeah.
great way to open up the show.
Very
Yeah.
respectful. Very
Yes.
respectful of a high energy song that, to your point, you could get carried away on.
Yes, you could.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome
Mhm.
job, Jay. I can't wait to see what you do coming down the different rounds.
Mhm.
You're going to be a lot of fun, and like I said, I think Paul and the band, he's going to have a blast with them.
Oh,
Because I hope they
absolutely.
let him play. Because it looked like he played many instruments, and I hope they let him play.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
okay, awesome. Who do we have next?
Well, let's say who he picked for his coach because
Oh,
he was a four-chair turn. He was a
yes,
four-chair turn.
and he's Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
hey. Oh, yeah. Had to go with Snoop.
yeah.
Listen,
All
don't get
right.
me started.
He picked Snoop.
Yes, he did. The
Great
D-O
pickup
double
for Snoop.
G.
Great pickup.
Yes. Yes.
Snoop is building a pretty formidable team, I tell you.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Okay, great. So